this video, we're going to have a look at divisibility tests. A number is divisible by a second number if the second number divides into it with no remainder. Small numbers are relatively easy. For instance, is 108 divisible by 9? We would say yes, because 9 times 12 is 108, so 9 will divide into 108 without remainder. But large numbers are a little bit more difficult. Divisibility tests help us know whether a large number, such as 7,548, are divisible by these numbers without having to do short or long division. Let's start off with the divisibility test for tens. We know that if a number is divisible by 10, it will end in 0. So we know 7,548 is not divisible by 10 because it doesn't end in 0. Let's now go to twos. If it's divisible by 2, it would be an even number. So the number would end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Since 7,548 ends in 8, which is an even number, we say it is divisible by 2. Let's go down to another easier test, 5. If a number is divisible by 5, it'll end in 0 or 5. Our number does not end in 0 or 5, so it's not divisible by 5. Now the tests get a little bit more complicated. If a number is divisible by 3, the sum of the digits will be divisible by 3. For instance, 7 plus 5 plus 4 plus 8, 7 plus 5 plus 4 plus 8 equals 24. Since 24 is divisible by 3, 3 times 8 is 24, the number 7,548 is also divisible by 3. Let's take the divisibility test for 4. We'll take the last two digits of the number, and if it's divisible by 4, the number is divisible by 4. So the last two digits are 48. 48 is divisible by 4 without remainder, so the number is also divisible by 4. Let's go on to divisibility tests for 8. I'm trying to choose the easier ones first. 8, we can use the last three digits. This one's a little more complicated. The last three digits need to be divisible by 8. So the last three digits here are 548. Now, I don't know my 8 times tables up to 548, so I would have to do a little short division. 8 into 5 doesn't go, carry forward. 6 times 8 is 48, carry the 6. 8 times 8 is 64 with remainder 4. Since there is a remainder, we say that this number is not divisible by 8. Let's go to 6 now. 6, if a number is divisible by 6, it will also be divisible by 2, being an even number, and 3, because 2 times 3 is 6. So since our number is divisible by 2 and is divisible by 3, it'll also be divisible by 6. So that test is done. Divisibility tests for 9. The sum of the digits, like our test for 3, now must be divisible by 9. So we added up the digits before. 7 plus 5 plus 4 plus 8 equals 24. 24 isn't divisible by 9, so the number isn't divisible by 9. Now that leaves 7. 7, there's actually no quick divisibility test for 7, but there are tests. If you look them up, have a look at what you think. I think it's just easier to divide by 7 and see if it actually divides in with remainder. Similarly with 11, it's probably easier to divide in. There are other tests to help you. And 12 is quite easy because if your number is divisible by 3 and 4, which our number is, it's divisible by 12. So these tests help us know very quickly if large numbers are divisible by certain numbers.